Atletico could lose their biggest target, Marco Verratti, to Liverpool. Liverpool's interest in Paris Saint-Germain and Italian maestro Marco Verratti is growing. Liverpool's recent interest in Paris Saint-Germain's midfielder Marco Verratti has been credited, possibly as a result of Fabinho's potential move away from Anfield. The Italian player has had a great career for both the club and the country. He won numerous trophies and stood out as arguably one of the best midfielders of his generation. During his time with PSG, Veratti won an incredible 9 League One titles and tasted a Euro 2020 victory with Italy. He has always stood out for his ability to dictate a game and dominate the tight spaces in the middle of the park. Currently making £238,000 a week, the 30-year-old signed a new deal with the French Giants in December, during which time he remained at the club until the summer of 2026. Even so, he may be leaving before the 2023-2024 season begins, and his future remains uncertain. As Liverpool searched for new signings in the middle of the park, their interest in Veratti increased after several players left this summer. And now his watchful eyes seem to raise suspicions in Spain. According to information obtained from Spanish sources, Atletico Madrid is trying to transfer the Italian star, but it may be difficult due to the interest from England, namely Liverpool, who want to replace both Fabinho and Jordan Henderson. PSG are seeking £60 million for Veratti despite his age. So it is not yet clear whether the Reds will be willing to pay that amount for the 30-year-old player. However, the report believes their assets are a stumbling block for Los Rojiblancos. There is no doubt that the midfielder is a fantastic football player with undoubted experience and pedigree over the years. Neymar once said of his teammate, "I knew Veratti was a great player, but I didn't realize he was this great. He's a genius. He's one of the best midfielders I've played with Xavi Hernandez and Iniesta." The signing of Veratti seems even more logical given the fact that he is very similar in style to Thiago. The Spanish star's contract expires next year and is not expected to be in the main spot this year. At the same time, the odds of Fabinho and Henderson signings to Arabia are increasing, and there will be a gap in midfield that needs to be filled. He placed the Euro 2020 champion among the top 5% of midfielders in Europe's top 5 leagues last year. Captured the top 9% for tackles and blocks per match. While Alexis Mac Allister and Dominik Szoboszali have already come out as excellent 8th options, it's vital to fill the 6th position as well. So between now and the end of the summer transfer window, this region will be the main focus. Veratti, once lauded by Neymar as a genius, could really be a good addition to the Anfield ranks, strengthen the defensive midfield and be a big part of Liverpool's success next season. The injury update has been released for Szoboszali, who was injured ahead of Liverpool's trip to Singapore. James Pearce posted an injury update on Dominik Szoboszali ahead of Liverpool's trip to Singapore as pre-season schedules continue. The Hungarian star missed Monday's 4-4 draw against Greuther Fürth and was excluded from the squad due to a minor ankle problem. As reported by Pearce, the 22-year-old is expected to be in line with the next part of the Reds' pre-season plans and be ready to travel to the Far East with the team on Thursday. Liverpool fans may have been disappointed after hearing about Szoboszali's hit in practice over the weekend. After seeing other Reds players succumb to a string of injuries over the years, it may have been thought, here we go again. However, the situation is not scary. Jürgen Klopp said his £60 million summer signing could play yesterday, but chose not to risk it as it was a friendly confrontation. This was a sensible decision of the manager, and he stated that the ankle problem was not very serious. The Hungarian playmaker showed some positive signs in his first game for Liverpool in his pre-season win against Karlsruhe last week. He drew attention with his impressive long-range passes in the 4-2 win. Liverpool's next game against Leicester is still 5 days away, so there's plenty of time for Szoboszali to allow his ankle to fully heal. He should be ready to continue his adaptation to the team after his arrival at the club earlier this month. Expectations are high for Szoboszali as he arrives with a £60 million deal this summer. The Hungarian star's playing at number 8 in Klopp's system shows that he is in a different adventure. The player, who stands out with more offensive data, will increase his defense metrics together with Klopp. The more teams he stays with before the new season, the easier it will be for him to adapt to this system. Jürgen Klopp has clearly reminded who Liverpool should sign in the transfer window. Klopp downplayed the fact that Liverpool had scored 4 goals against their second-tier opponent. The opening 45 minutes couldn't have gone better so that the Reds' bar didn't increase their tally. Alisson Becker had no save to make in the opening 45 minutes. However, Adrian, who was included in the game instead of Alisson, conceded 3 goals. It wasn't a good second-half look, said former Reds defender Jason McAteer. For the past week, transfer talks have been dominated by the midfielder, as they have been all summer. The middle-of-the-park issue has come to dominate again, with Jordan Henderson and Fabinho receiving offers from Saudi Arabian clubs Al Ettifaq and Al Ittihad, respectively. But Klopp may have reminded, if he needs to, that it's not just the midfield that he needs to improve before the transfer window closes. While talking about his summer plans towards the end of last season, Anfield Supremo was candidly asked if he had a defender on his shopping list. "Right now we're looking at all parts except the goalkeeper. Yeah, if there's a good defender out there, I wouldn't deny it. That's it. We're looking at every area of the pitch, definitely," said Klopp. Virgil van Dijk looks set to take over the captaincy from Henderson. He started the opening 2 friendly matches of the summer with Ibrahima Konate. Many agreed that Liverpool were the best defensive duo, but Van Dijk came under scrutiny last season. Konate's injury record is also a cause for concern. Moreover, as Matip is now approaching 32 years old, Gomez has never returned to the levels that have made him a regular in the 2019-2020 Premier League winning season since recovering from a serious knee injury. Meanwhile, Nat Phillips is the 5th option but hasn't played so far this summer. If a suitable offer comes in, he will probably leave. Liverpool ideally need a young, left-footed defender. A few names came up and one of them is Levi Colwill. But it's hard to see Chelsea parting ways with Levi Colwill. In addition, Mickey van der Ven, whom sporting director George Schmadtke has known since his time at Wolfsburg, has reportedly agreed to personal terms with Tottenham Hotspur. Undoubtedly, there will be a few more goals written about who Liverpool can turn to. Getting a defensive midfielder is a priority, but Further's performance reaffirmed that just bringing in a new defender is another requirement.